Happy Monday and welcome to Casting the Net, Reeling in Holistic Health, where we care about your mental health and well-being. I'm your host, Coach Rice, and I want to make sure that you tune in every Monday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, where I have my special guest on to talk about real issues that matter most. I want you to check us out on YouTube, Facebook Live, on Business Facebook page, also on the Be Awesome Network. Stay tuned. I think you're going to really like this next guest. Happy Monday and welcome to Casting the Net, where we care about your mental health and well-being. I am your host, Coach Rice, and with me today, I have an amazing coach. I cannot wait to talk to him about what he does. His name is Ronald Roseboro. He is actually from Charlotte, North Carolina, right? And he was released from prison in 2004. Over 20 years later, he is now the founder and CEO of Shame-Free Life Coaching and Consulting. He's a certified trauma-informed coach, professional life coach, and inventor of the BRIC methodology, a blueprint for rebuilding after loss. Oh my God, this is so good. Wow, this is going to be good. And so he's also an author. The BRIC method. Oh, I cannot wait to dive into this conversation, but he has so many accolades. So, Ronald, tell us your backstory. What made you become a life coach?
Yeah, thanks so much, Coach Rice. So, this is part of my calling. We're all on this planet not just to pay Verizon bills and mortgage bills and et cetera, but we all have a purpose. And we've got to intersect with that reality. Purpose is goes hand in hand with identity. So, in seeing so many men, and I was one of them, came from a two-parent home, but my father was physically present, but mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, he was absent. So that can be just as bad as having a father who you never met before, right? And so I just saw such a need because I had a need and the market. And so there's so many great life coaches that are out there that deal with the issues of so many women. And I applaud them for that. But there are very few life coaches, especially Black life coaches that are certified that want to service the area of Black men. And of
You are
course,
so right.
I'm open for any man. I just want to say that. I don't care who you are. If you're a man, then I can definitely assist you in becoming a much better version. But specifically, Black men, because of the stigma that comes that is placed upon us, and so you something have to be wrong. You have to be crazy to go see a coach or a therapist. No, you don't. You don't say that when you have a
Right.
toothache and Oragel or any other over-the-counter medication no longer works. You make an appointment to see a dentist. And so, well, I just saw a need, and I'm here to be of service to so many men concerning the issues that we go through in life and don't know who to talk to.
You have a heart for me, and I like that because you are right. It's almost non-existent when you don't see many coaches or counselors pushing for men. With that being said, with your experience and your background, how important is it for a man to be in a home?
That's a very good question. I think that let's unpack that. So I think it's very important to have a male presence in the home, but a godly male presence,
Ooh, I
a
like the
righteous
distinction.
male presence, a wise male presence in the home, because the women, they are the nurturers. Men, whether we realize it or not, we are the teachers. Um, but for there are some cases where it is not in the best interest of the child or the woman for that man to be in the home. I'm speaking of the father
Right.
because it's such a hostile environment. And perhaps
Mm.
the father of the child would do more damage by personally being there than being out of the home. But those are cases. But by and large, I think that it's very important for a godly, righteous, wise man to be in the home to help steer the direction, of the youth.
Yeah, that is, you're right. I'm glad you made that distinction because that's big. Because a hostile environment don't help at all. It causes more, trauma to the child. Because you actually a trauma uh informed coach.
Yes, absolutely. And there's so many of us as men, we have endured and we have absorbed so much trauma, and we don't know what to do with it unless until we act out, until we blow up, explode, or until we just basically find ourselves in a place of addiction, whether it's drugs,
Mm,
alcohol, whether it's multiple bed partners. And so all of these can be telltale signs that there is a root to the fruit. And the fruit is, alcoholism, just getting wasted at a party, in and out of relationships, in and out of bed partners. That's just a fruit that points to a root that needs to be dealt with. And oftentimes that root can be traced all the way back to our childhood, issues that
mhm.
unaddressed, issues that were undiagnosed. And we just learn how to cope with the pain, and that's by numbing it.
As you coaching men, what are some of the most uh what are some of the things that you see the most when it comes to like men coming to see you? Like what are some of the most popular trauma issues that they deal with? Most traumatic issues that they deal with?
Yeah. So just a crisis of identity, of feeling less than and not good enough, um, feeling that you really don't matter. uh,
Mm,
and the symptoms of that can vary from person to person. But oftentimes when you see various comorbidities of alcoholism, certain patterns of addiction, certain
mhm,
patterns of anger issues, that it could be traced to something larger. So I see a lot of anger issues. I see a lot of addiction. I see a lot of men who are just basically just they're going to a job, they're clocking in, they're clocking out. They may watch a game, but they have no direction in life. So
mm.
I see a lot of that as well.
Do you do you notice in when you coach a man how hard it is for them to express their emotions? And why do you think it's like that?
Mm. That's a very good question, Coach Rice, because I know because when I sit across, I was there, you know, um, that we're told from a child to suck it up, to man up. But how in the world can I man up if you don't give me permission in a comfortable space to speak up? And we've been told that we've got to be the end all of everything. We've got to be the solution to every problem.
Mm.
We have got to show up time and time again. Yet we don't show up for ourselves. And so
Wow.
there's so many men that suppress and house and embody all of the pain, the resentment, the shame, the brokenness, feeling like an outcast, feeling like a prisoner in society. And we have done such a horrible job in addressing those issues and looking at someone to say, I am my brother's keeper. And we have a civic, moral, and social responsibility. We have a spiritual responsibility to do as Christ did. He said, listen, as you have done unto the least of these, you've done unto me. Matthew's 25. And so we just write people off, they're no good. And we're so quick to write people off, yet we want people to have mercy and grace concerning ourselves. Now that's a contradiction. That's what you call hypocrisy.
Yes.
Because anybody at any given time can change. It is up to them, but we've got to create a space in order for them to have a healthy alternative.
Wow. That I find that very common when it comes to men because I really would like for the audience to know how much weight do you guys carry on your shoulder if you could put it in a certain description because I think we don't you carry more weight than women, I believe. Am I wrong? The
Well,
weight of the family.
women carry a lot of societal baggage, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And we know less of one another than we know about one another. We think we know one another, but we don't. We know one another through our girlfriends and our homeboys. We know one another based on what society tells us. We know
Okay.
what auntie said or what your cousin said that was in a bad relationship, but we really don't know one another and we don't talk and communicate in such a way to invite a healthy dialogue to take place. Not just that I can say something, but that I can listen. But I think that men, we have a huge burden as well, specifically Black men, dealing with over 400 years of systemic racism, and we're still
Mm-hmm.
dealing with that issue. Dealing with there's so many men that, and I'm not talking about the proverbial deadbeat fathers, but there are many men that just did not have a good relationship with their child or their children's mother, but they want to be there for the child. And so if
Right.
he is using a child as a chess piece or a
Which
pawn
is horrible.
against him, now he feels that he has no voice. And in the court system, he does not have a voice because the court system is not interested in your voice. I think we
Mm.
need to be very honest with ourselves. I think that we internalize so much. We think a lot. We internalize a lot. We check out a lot. And so we space out a lot. And and a lot of that can be attributed to so many different things. Just not having a man in your life to serve as a checks and balance, to serve as a healthy mentor to disciple you. So we have to fend through life ourselves, trying to find out what manhood truly is, and making horrible mistakes along the way until
Mm.
we finally get it. And you know, we just we need, and I put myself out there, put myself on blast. We need to be available for one another, but we have to be receptive for that, right? You
Right.
can't think that you know it all and you don't know it all. And so
Right.
I think we need to be available, and we really need to speak truth to power and invest in one another.
I like how you said we need to get to know each other because we don't, instead of hearing what someone say. But also you mentioned men check out.
Mm.
Why do you think they check out? And what is it that women have to do to get them checked back in?
I think that we really need to connect beyond chemistry. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we need to connect beyond chemistry. Oftentimes, we meet one another. It's a man meet a woman. Hey, you look good to me. You look good to me. Okay, well, hey, what's your name? Well, my name is blah blah blah. My name is so and so. And what is your name? And so we go through all the semantics to get to know one another on a romantic basis, as opposed to a friendship. So if I meet you on the basis, okay, well, you're my sister. Well, you're my brother. Even though you're a good looking man, you're a good looking woman. But listen, I just want to know about you beyond your shape. I want to know about you, beyond your nice car. But to get to know one another on a platonic friendship level, where there is nothing that is getting the waters murky, And I think that when we enter into a relationship from that standpoint, now we have a commonality. Now we are forced to kind of just learn from one another and communicate. And I think that when we check out, it's on the basis of, you know, I thought I had a lot in common with her, but I really don't. That's because I was just hypnotized by her shape.
Right.
Or it was just, hey, we have a sexual relationship. Let's just keep it 100. But there is nothing that stands the test of time concerning your purpose, how you can be an advocate for her purpose and how she can be an advocate for yours. So you see two people that think they know one another, but now they basically are strangers. And so they both check out, and then they check out, and of course, we want to upgrade, but sometimes we have to fall back in that mirror. And why do I keep
Yeah.
making the same mistakes? Why do I keep ending up with the wrong person?
Mm-hmm. And do you find that men check out during communication when it comes to communicating with in relationships, period? They check out a lot and shut down. What do you think the root cause of that is?
Well, there could be many different dynamics concerning why a man checks out in a relationship. I mean, one can be um, yeah, just conflict resolution.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important because you're not going to always be on the same page, but there is a way that we can explain ourselves, not coming from a place of just forcing your opinion upon someone, just being very bold and brazen. But a lot of men, they check out because they feel that, well, if I tell you how I really feel, you're going to look at me some kind of way. And be careful if you're asking for the truth, because someone may speak the truth, but can you handle that? And I think that there's some men that really don't know how to properly articulate
Mm-hmm.
how they feel. I know I feel a certain way, and I've been feeling this way since I was 18, and I don't know how to really put it in words. So
Mm-hmm.
it makes it very difficult for the woman to even know what you're going through if you can't voice how you feel. And so that becomes frustrating to the woman. And now, of course, it's frustrating to the man. So he basically just checks out.
I totally agree with you. And I like how you put it. It is hard to verbalize what your feelings are and emotions. And then, am I doing it in a safe environment? Right.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Safe.
that
That you
safety thing is huge.
Yeah, that this is a non-judgmental zone. You can say
Hmm.
what you want to say and it remains here. You can say what you want to say and I will not look at you any differently because listen, I you're helping me and I'm helping you. We're both looking at one another, but I'm looking at the mirror. When I see you, I'm looking in a mirror. And so I think when we kind of take that approach, we are more gracious to one another as we should, and we develop a maturity.
Awesome. Tell me about you just launched the Samson Restored Movement. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so Samson Restored came off of the tail end of my book called Is There a Samson in You, where I draw a parallel between the life of Samson, and of course, you can't mention Samson without mentioning Delilah, but the life of
Right.
Samson and so many men today, and how we struggle with so many different issues, just like Samson. Samson was a man of enormous strength, never had been a man stronger than Samson before him. He was strong in many areas, but he was as weak as water in other areas where it counted. And so I drew that parallel from the book, and from the book came a movement. A movement was birthed from that, and I just felt that as men, we get together at a party, we get together at a pub, a tavern, a bar, we get together at a game in the parking lot when we're washing our cars, or at a car show. We get together then and talk. Well, let's get together in a safe space. as men. So we can really talk about some of the things that we've gone through. But it's Samson Restored is a movement, but it's also a haven. It's a refuge of hope, and where you can just be yourself and not be judged,
That's awesome. Because
but
men
be
need that
but
space.
become a
Do
much
you?
better version.
Yeah, it's I like that because you don't see too many men come together with a safe haven. And I think it need to be more hubs like that all over the world because men need that.
Right.
How, because you do that virtually online? Do you do it?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Virtually, virtually. Hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you can have all
I
over
just
the
think
world then. It's a
exactly.
movement.
It is a movement. Coach. I think that when you talk about men coming together,
Hmm.
of all races, but specifically when you talk about black men coming
Hmm.
together, it is a shame and it's unfortunate that the only time that we are together in one place is at a prison.
Oh man, you the drop. That's a mic drop right there.
Yeah. So we need to see that this is a 911 concerning our community.
Hmm.
And to see, there is no greater investment, not cryptocurrency, not gold or silver, not your financial portfolio or real estate or oil, petroleum. There is no greater investment known to man than people. People are the greatest investment. And I think we've gotten
Yes.
that.
Yes, absolutely. How do you gather? How are you gathering these men? Because this is so amazing.
Yeah, social media, word of
Okay.
mouth. We again, the stigma is, I got this, man. I'm good, dog. I'm straight. I'm good, family. But we know we're not. And
Hmm.
so we have to, cut past all of that so that, listen, you can trust me. Listen, if the first man in your life, which is your father, if he was never around, or if he abandoned you, if he abused you verbally, physically, sexually, if you had to see that in your house, you're not too easy to trust a man.
That's true.
You are very cautious in the area when it comes to trusting another man. If you
Hmm.
if you saw your homeboy gunned down with his hands up, a cop killed him in cold blood. You're not too easy to render your freedom over to another man of authority. So I get
Hmm.
that. And I think sometimes a lot of pastors really don't understand that memo. I'm a minister myself, and I'll say it again. A lot of pastors really don't understand that
They
memo
don't. That's true.
because you think that this man is supposed to do what you say and he's supposed to be submissive and come. Listen, you don't know the trauma and the hell that this man have gone through and that he have seen from age 5 to 45.
Mm-hmm.
And so here we see Jesus, and if we can use him as a role model, the perfect blueprint of how he took 12 men and did mighty works because he did life with them. Jesus wasn't just preaching to them, he did life with them. He wanted to know about what was going on, he wanted to know about their day. He did life with them. And I think that when we do life with men, I think that we will see a huge turnaround in the church community, in our community, and in relationships, how we show up and treat our women.
Man, you said a mouthful. Doing life with them. That's big. And that movement, oh my God, I am so happy you started that movement. I want to see more of these movements because I don't see enough of that. When it come to men, women, we get together all the time.
Right.
We
It could
got
be,
mini hubs.
yeah,
We got
whether it's a after work church parking lot, y'all meet at the mall or a
yes,
bottle of Chardonnay, y'all gonna talk about what you're going through.
exactly. And I think that it's just not enough men. It's not happening enough for men. So tell us about you have several books that you wrote then.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh, Tell us about the brick method.
Yeah. So I actually wrote 9 books, but we're gonna focus on the
Ooh,
brick method. So the brick method is a book that I wrote on how to reclaim your life and your identity after a traumatic incident or crisis. And so
Mm,
the metaphor is a house that was given to you. You inherited the house. You put a lot of sweat equity, thousands of dollars into this house to expand it and to increase its value. Now there is a F5 tornado that is on the horizon. And so it tears and rips through your state and hits your block, wiping out the entire neighborhood, including your home. So
mm.
when you get back after FEMA has already come there to assess the damage and you're at ground zero and you're looking at the house that once stood tall, your kitchen sink is around the corner. The roof is down the street. All you can see is nothing but bricks and rubble. And as men, we pick up that rubble, we pick up the bricks, we put it in the backpack, we zip up our backpack, and we just walk. We journey through life with 200, 300, 400 pounds of memories
Mm.
as bricks in relationships,
Mm-hmm.
how we interact with one another, wherever we go on our job. And so the brick method is basically a book that stamped into a coaching, a 6 week, 6 to 8 week coaching boot camp on how to assist men to unpack. And I will help you unpack every brick. Uh,
Oh, that is so
no
cool.
shame, no judgment. Unpack every brick so you can live a light life and a good
I
life.
like that. So with your Samson Restored Movement, you have a book that's accompanied that as well?
Yes, absolutely. Everyone who signs up for Samson Restored, I will send them an autographed copy of the book, and the book is implemented into the Samson Restored boot camp.
Okay. Why? So, Ron, what is one piece of advice which you leave the audience when it comes to men's health?
Yeah, we have, and I'll speak directly also to the women, as well. Um, I have no clue of your journey in life and the things that you've had to see, the sights and sounds and experiences that you had to endure. I know that as men we have carried a lot of weight as you have as well. But I want you to know that there are some men out here because I was one of the ones wreaking havoc. I was one of the ones that was completely lost. I was one of the ones who did not have anyone around in my life to be able to show me. And I'm talking about 30, 35, 40 years old, but still
Hmm.
lost. Um, but but you do have individuals that are out here to make a difference. And you may not be responsible for your trauma injury at all, but we are responsible for our healing.
Wow. Thank you so much for that advice. And is there anything I left out that you want to talk about when it comes
Well,
to this subject? Because I could totally keep you on the phone for 2 hours with this subject. But
I guess this will be a good segue for part two. Uh,
right, exactly.
yeah, we just we're really going to have to. I think that when we, as Michael Jackson said, one of his famous songs, "Man in the Mirror," you know,
Mm,
to really embrace that mirror. I mean, really embrace it. Don't just walk by. Okay, yeah, I see myself. No, to really stare at that mirror, because maybe it's something that we're missing, and we're responsible for what we see. And I'm just happy to be in this place and in this space to provide and to offer men. Listen, when I see you, I see myself. But when I see you, I also see something greater that you don't see. And so, for Samson Restored, or for to sign up for one-on-one coaching, to schedule a free discovery call or group coaching, you can just go to my website, theshamefreelife.com, theshamefreelife.com. I'm on pretty much all platforms, social media platforms, except for Facebook. Me and Facebook, we have an estranged relationship, but I'm definitely on TikTok and YouTube and IG. But just go to theshamefreelife.com, and everything that you need is there. If you want to download my free ebook, please do. I also have other ebooks that I think that will be a blessing to you on your journey, and everything is there at theshamefreelife.com.
And I will put all of your links in the video as well. Question.
Yes.
So you have really walked a very deep journey. And I am so happy that you removed the shame and decided to move forward and helping others get to where they need to be as well. What was it how did you get your healing?
That's a profound question, because in my journey, I have seen a lot, experienced a lot. And I sought counsel. My therapist was a Black woman, and she poured into me. She challenged me. She allowed me to see a better version of myself that I had not yet seen, or I suppressed because of all of the layers of trauma and injustice that I had to experience that formed a false identity within me. And so it was, I became a client. I became a client before I became a coach. Mm-hmm. And so I think that those were seeds that were sown in my life to now bring forth harvest that you're seeing today. And, it has not yet appeared what I shall be. But there's more greatness to come. But I had to seek counsel. I had to put the pride to a side. I had to put aside, I can handle this. Well, I can't handle this because, I've already gone through the bottle of Jim Beam. I've already gone through the bottle of Jack Daniels and Cavassier. So obviously I can't handle this. That's called alcohol therapy. And so she helped me, and I'm so grateful for that.
That's awesome. And so with that being said, you have a podcast yourself, right?
I do, but I am not as active as you are. So I need to get back to it. So mainly, I'm so active on YouTube and TikTok.
Okay.
But I need to get back to the podcast space like you.
Okay. When you said YouTube and TikTok, I said he must have a podcast. But I really want to thank you for coming on, and
thank you for having me.
You have a wealth of knowledge, and I love your niche, which is men, Black men. Black men really need you. I kid you not. They need you more than they know it.
Yeah.
And so I'm definitely going to keep you in my prayers in that area so you get more hubs to come along with the movement that you're doing, because it's very much needed. And, to the audience, I just want to say, if you know some men who are struggling in silence, please share this video with them, and so they can reach out to Ronald, so they can get the proper coaching that they need, and have someone they can just actually have a safe haven to be able to walk this journey. This is we're not meant to walk this alone. We're meant to walk this with someone. And so if you know someone who need to hear this, or if you really enjoyed this particular episode and you really want to reach out to Ron, Coach Ron, I will have his information in the video. And subscribe, share. I always have amazing people on. I have not let you guys down yet. So, Ronald, thank you so much for coming on and giving us such wisdom. And to the audience, I just want to say happy Monday and have a fantastic day.
It's your time to shine, your journey to chart. Coach Rice wisdom will heal every heart. So join us now, let's make life suffice. Welcome to Mondays with Coach Rice.